Hi. How's everybody tonight?
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
We have, we have Perrette. I only
Yeah.
see Perrette and us. Um, I'm gonna hold up a candle because we're talking about self-love and acceptance today, and it's really important topic right now, um, especially with this spring equinox going on. But we're gonna get into that first. Kate is gonna help ground us for a minute.
Grandis.
Thank you.
So,
And you
sure.
got a grounding rod?
Yeah.
Grab onto
Here, pull him down.
just put it right through.
If it were only that easy, right, Ron?
I
Yeah.
know, right?
Oh
Woo.
my gosh, that's so cute. So we're just going to take a couple of deep breaths and relax into a grounding process of connecting with the earth, our energy with the earth. So hopefully you're in a comfortable position and that your feet are on the floor flat. And we're just going to take a breath in. So just breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. And this time we're going to breathe in love. Feel that going right to your heart. And we'll breathe out anything that is not in alignment with you. And as we come together, we're going to feel the energy from the earth, from Gaia, from Mother Earth, bringing fresh, new energy up through our feet, all the way up past our knees and our hips. And we're going to let it float around our sacral chakra, the middle of your stomach. And let that warm, vibrant energy just renew, refresh everything. And we'll bring in the cosmic energy from the stars, from Father God, from the universe, that sparkling, delicious energy coming down through your crown chakra, down your back, and meeting the earth energy in the middle, where we let it go back down to the earth, anything that does not serve. And we let it expand our hearts as we breathe into that delicious energy. We'll just expand that out and feel how good that feels. Always say thank you. Thank you to the universe. Thank you to the stars, Father God, our soul source. Thank you to Mother Earth and Gaia. And when you're ready and you feel refreshed, go ahead and open your eyes. Maybe wiggle a little bit, stretch or yawn. Both of those are really good aspects of being comfortable. Yeah.
Oh, that
Ah,
felt
feel better. Feel a little
yeah,
more relaxed. Good. Good.
yeah. The energies are a little, still a little bit intense because we're building up to the spring equinox, which is Aries season, and like not even a day later, we have the Aries new moon. So we have a lot of, I'm always referring to astrological transits and things going on, but I feel them. I really feel the intensity of the buildups. And we still have Pluto at 29 degrees, and he won't change into Aquarius until the 23rd. So 2 days after we get into Aries season. And this is this is like go time. This is the time we've been waiting for since before COVID. And then COVID came, of course, we all know how that went. And this is like a breath of fresh air. This is new energy. This is new beginnings for every one of us. And doesn't matter what your chart says or what's going on in with the planets right now, because just the fact that we are having the spring equinox which is planting of new seeds, the time of the year that we want to grow something. So today was the idea came to me earlier about how can we connect to our hearts and be self-loving and accepting so we can go into the future with a solid energy field, a solid connection to our higher self, into spirit, into all of our guides and guardians and angels. So that's where I'm starting it from. With Kate, what are you feeling about self love and starting a whole new? We're starting everything over. Really, it really feels like that to me too. Don't you?
I remember people talking about this, where they were talking about how the shifts in the energy and where the planets were going to line up and how everything would feel like we could relax into this, but that it was new and bright and vibrant. And but they were all kind of talking about it in mysterious sort of vague way that, what's going to happen? Are we suddenly going to wake up one day and, have all of this enormous, incredible new stuff happening? Or does it just mean that the energies around the universe are supportive of what is new and higher and um, more developed or evolved for the frequency as a collective around the planet to become better and it's really hard to describe because it's almost like, when in the Wizard of Oz she goes from black and white and suddenly the film is in color and you're like,
That
oh my gosh, is that what you guys are talking about? Suddenly we're going to have color. Suddenly everything is going to be improved and better. So I know that over the months and waiting and curiosity for me were about, well, how does that work? What is expected of us?
mm,
How do we move into this new beautiful energy, and not hold it back or not cause it to come down? How do we keep it elevated? And for me, the answer was love. The answer was love in every circumstance, in every decision, in every action. And it was from a place, I think we used to joke about this, that it's all an inside job. It has that it has to radiate from within you and come
mhm,
out from you. This
yeah,
isn't something that is affected by the outside world. The love that you have within your heart can't be affected by anything that is on the outside. It's only on the inside where the pure love and self-love can grow and can become confident and clear and fresh so that it can meet with this energy and
yeah.
blend with it, right?
I mean, that's beautiful the way you explained it because it is like we're going from black and white to color. I mean, I just keep seeing it in my head, but it is the universe supporting us, giving us new energies to lift us up, to help us. And I don't really want to say help us. A lot of people are becoming more spiritually based, you know, and harmony is a big thing for us going forward.
Right.
Now, we can look outside and it doesn't look like that quite yet, but it's because of people like us that's going to help elevate that energy. And like you said, it's an inside job. It is starting from us first. So having that relationship, that beautiful relationship with yourself is everything right now. It's so important. What do
Mhm.
you think, Ron?
Well, I was listening to you guys and makes a lot of sense. The inside job. Actually, the only energy that I know of that is real, and I mean real, is love.
Yeah.
And love is an energy that all is created from. There's nothing else.
Mhm.
You can't make this stuff up. It comes from, we are created with love. Each human being, before we were light beings, and then we became on a journey, on a human journey. Okay, where it gets touchy is all this these programs that that influence us to behave a certain way and do these, dividing us. And what's
Mhm.
dividing us? Because there's the lack of self love. And I mean real self love.
Mhm.
Honor yourself
Mm.
is one. Never think you're not worthy. You are worthy, 100% worthy of love. Never think you're lacking because you're not. That's not the truth. The truth is that you block yourself from becoming or accepting who you really are uniquely.
Mhm.
Okay, there's a block there because it's the programs that are doing that. It's programs. It's everybody that's sending you all kinds of stuff. And I, s-
Mm.
I came to in my life, and I had to understand that the child inside of me needed that love because of the abuse and things like that. Because
Mm.
I believed in that because I sponged it. I mean, I really
Mhm.
grabbed onto it, and I thought, well, I ain't worth nothing. I'm not worthy of this. I'm not good enough, and all this stuff. I went through that. Then nobody taught me. Nobody said to me, "You got to start loving yourself."
Mhm.
How the hell you do that?
Mhm.
So I figured a way out, and I started with a little picture of myself when I was 9 years old,
Mm.
and I'll
Oh.
share it with you guys because I did share it before. This is me when I was 9 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Aw.
Okay.
Wow. Look at
That,
those eyes. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's
yeah.
just
Beautiful
an
smile.
individual. Oh
And
my
what I did was this: I love you, and I started practicing that. Then I started feeling that love for self love, and I still remembered my near death experience. I still had the image, and all of a sudden everything came together.
Mhm.
goodness.
I had to get away from religion,
Yeah.
all this stuff because all this crap was making me. I was sensitive. I didn't know it was an empath. I didn't know it wasn't media psychic or all this stuff. I didn't know nothing about that. I just know that I felt everybody's energy, and,
Mhm.
and some of this energy wasn't mine. So
Mm.
how do you have to learn about yourself? You gotta know yourself. How do you do that? By going inside, not
Yeah.
outside. You gotta go inside.
Mhm.
What are the? I didn't know I had so many values in my. I'm I mean, I realized consciously that I got more values than I ever expected
Yeah.
that from me because and
Yeah.
people were telling me this and I didn't believe them. I
Yes.
didn't. I reacted like this. No, Jesus, you're just trying to pull my leg or something. But then when you realize yourself, what an amazing revelations you get, and all of a
Mhm.
sudden you start being happy and you start being who you are and you
Mhm.
enjoy being who you are. It's amazing. I wish that on everyone, every
Yeah.
Yeah.
being in this world. Okay,
Mhm.
um, it's better to be united than divided. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
okay,
Mhm.
so that's why. Oh, I love these chats. I love these YouTubes where people, like-minded people, come together because it's part of my dream to see the
Mhm.
whole world come
Mhm.
together.
Mhm.
And
So
that's spoken like a true Aquarius, because that's that is, it really is. And I'm sorry, I'm always connecting astrology with everything, but that's that Pluto in Aquarius is going to bring in humanitarian
yeah.
community, uh,
Mhm.
And where
where
where do you get that gifts that like intuition, psychic, self love? Where do you get it? You get it from your spirituality, which is already there inside you, waiting to hatch.
That's right.
thank you.
That's right. And you know that when you were talking about the blocks and listening to
Yeah,
what other people say or the
yeah,
programming that you've
yeah,
been living with, you know, they when it and I call it like an untruth.
yeah. Mhm.
It's not your truth.
Yeah.
But for reasons in society, we grow up thinking, okay, I have to believe that because I trusted that person.
Mhm.
Um, but then as you get older, you go, well, wait a minute, that just doesn't feel right. That's just not who I
Yeah,
am. That's them. That's not
Mhm.
me.
Yeah.
And so that self-awareness and that growing of your spirit, of allowing your spirit to connect with source and understanding the purity that's there, that's within it, and how important that is to be able to realize that that's no longer something you're going to live with. You're going to let that go. You're going to let that statement go, that
Mhm.
feeling go, that attitude, that whatever that was. And you're going to let that go. And what that does is it opens up your heart a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger, because suddenly you realize that the only truth that really matters is what's inside your heart connecting to
It's what
source.
comes out of your heart,
That's
not
right. It's what comes out.
appearance from
Yeah,
there. And,
absolutely.
and,
Absolutely.
and it makes you vibrate like
Yeah.
You feel, yes, the
yeah,
euphoria, the lightness of it,
yeah.
the authenticity of being who you are and who you were created to be. And
Mhm.
when that all kicks in, there is a sense of peace. There's
There is.
like this incredible warm peace that is like no longer anxious about things, no longer worried about what this person's doing or that person's saying, or how mean they are coming at you. It all just stays out there because you have this sense of connection, you have a sense of authenticity and being genuine with expressing that love to come out. Anything that's done in a loving way is there's so many gifts of the spirit, gifts of love that everybody starts to feel once all of that is just let go of. Once you are being true to who you really are. And it's such a gorgeous thing. And
Yeah.
sometimes it can be a little bit like, wait a minute, is this real? Is
Yeah.
this really happening? Am I really feeling this good about things? Or is
Yeah.
life really opening up like this? Because this is really fantastic.
Mhm.
And like you, Ron, it's such a beautiful experience that I want everyone to be able to feel that. Anything I can do to help them feel that or get to that place is awesome. When you connection and the light bulbs start going off and you're like, she gets it, he gets it, he gets it. And all of a sudden there's this buzz that starts happening between us. And it's just the most wonderful
Because
thing.
I want you guys to realize when you go on the other side, this is how it works. You are accepted 100%. You're not, there's not judging, oh, you don't have that as much value as this one. You don't have any comparison. You are uniquely honored 100% and
Yes,
loved unconditionally.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
you
Yeah.
cross over, you're celebrated like you wouldn't believe how you're celebrated on the other
It's a party.
for who you are, not what people think of you or judge you. There's none of that. And
Right.
it's so amazing. I mean, it's like floating on uh, uh, pure oxygen. And I don't know how to put it. It just vibrates so high.
Mhm.
That's what I'm trying to transmit on this stage on Earth. I'm still human,
Mhm.
but I'm trying to get the message through that Jesus, we gotta stop treating each other like crap. We gotta
Yeah.
stop this stuff. You
Yeah.
know, open up your heart, love each other, like unconditionally, without judgment, without putting plaster in somebody and this one, this. We gotta stop doing that
Right.
because that divides you, that expels you from being close. Like we're
Yeah.
meant to be together, we're meant to shine together, we're meant to share our light together. That's
Yep.
how we transform the whole world.
Right.
Okay,
That's
it's not.
absolutely right. Yep.
Absolutely.
Absolutely right.
And it's so, when you are being judgmental or being, I hate to always say this, lower vibrational, but it's true. There's different vibrations, and this is what we are. We are a
Yeah,
frequency,
you're
and
freaking.
we emit a vibration, and that all it's everything that you ingest, not
Mhm.
just food, what you drink, what media you listen to, the things you read, the videos you watch. It is all part of where your frequency and vibration is.
Mhm.
So being in that judgmental or hateful or fearful energies, any of that, it it gets you further away from your spirit, further away from your intuition, because we all have intuition. We
Yeah,
all have psychic abilities. We all have these abilities. The way
Mhm.
you connect to get them is connect to your heart, connect
Right.
your, I like you said, Kate, I don't have any anger towards anybody. I'm very content and at peace. And
Hmm.
I would have never believed that I could have achieved achieve that in living on earth right now. But
Right.
it is, and there's really no words to express it. The way
Hmm.
the way you feel
Hmm.
every moment of the day. Now, I'm a human too, and I do get thrown off here and there, but I try to get myself rebalanced, grounded, talk to spirit, get clear on whatever happened,
Hmm.
go from there. But you know, if people understood that that how important your frequency is and your vibration, and that's how the universe talks to us. So if you're saying you hate people or whatever, you're going to see more hate. If you're about love and unconditional love and want to see the best for everybody, you start seeing that. That is how this speaks to us. This is all the ether,
But
right?
when you do something against other people, you're like destroying yourself because
Yeah.
Yes,
you're connected to that.
yes,
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
connected to it. So you're destroying part of yourself because we're all one
yeah.
in
That's
spirit.
right. And
Okay.
one of the things too that comes up that people ask me a lot about too is, experiences that they've had, or, that they are frightened, or that they don't
Mm,
trust, or
mm,
that they have these areas that they feel like they need healing. And there isn't anything human that can't be fixed through love. Love
mm,
is the most powerful
Yeah.
tool we
mm,
have. It
Yes.
is the only way to flip or to love the fear enough to heal it.
yeah.
So if
Mm,
you are moving, if you notice someone is being triggered by something, where they're suddenly, going off, or their voices get loud, or their, anxiety level starts, going haywire. The best thing that you can give for that person is an understanding that they are experiencing something uncomfortable.
mm,
Offer to sit with them and give them love. But the only thing is they have to receive it and accept it,
mhm,
because otherwise it just kind of bounces away. It's a really interesting dynamic to know that their own love to heal the fear, to heal the experience, is going to heal through them loving themselves, through
Well,
them bringing that smaller child in from saying, I love you. Like what Ron was saying earlier about, if nobody else is saying it, I'm going to say it to myself. I'm worthy. I am love. I am loved. And that power of bringing that repeated message back into yourself can heal and do so many wonderful things, from releasing you from that anchor that won't allow you to feel the higher peace that we're talking about. And it's a personal thing. I think that it's an awareness thing to understand that, and it can be very complicated for those that don't want to trust, or that are stuck in that image of themselves that says, no, this is who I have to be.
it's
I have to walk around with this burden.
it's
Um,
it's the fear energy that keeps us from the love,
mm,
the
yes,
unconditional love.
yeah,
yeah,
it
That's
does.
all it is. I mean,
Yes,
it's simple to say. It's complicated because your friggin' ego gets in the
yes,
way,
yes,
or you receive energy from somebody that's oh blah blah blah. And they
yeah,
drag you into the mud. Put it
yeah,
that way.
mm,
And if you allow this, well, I mean, but why do people? Most people, or what I'm seeing is, they try to protect themselves, protect their heart.
yeah,
They don't want
yeah,
to get hurt anymore because they had the experience of being hurt, so they
yes.
yeah,
won't open up. But
Mhm.
if you do, I mean, I know I shut my thing, and I didn't want anybody to get closer because I didn't want to get hurt anymore. I've
right,
done it. I've done
yeah,
like everybody else, and I'm not not perfect like everybody like others. I just try to protect myself. Then I
yeah,
realized, I'm missing a lot of stuff.
Yes, yes.
Oh
Yeah,
man, that's so
Uh,
true.
and
it
it
is so
creates
true.
a kind of invisible prison. You're stuck
Mhm.
Yeah.
in the circle in the
Hmm. Like the
yeah,
Eight of
how the hell
Swords.
do you get out of there? By I did meditations, and that's how
Yeah.
I by meditating all of a sudden plop, it popped in my head this thing, this thing, this thing. Oh my God, they're programs. I realized that through
Yeah.
meditation.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's the best way to connect, right? If you feel something is off, or say you're trying to clear, this is a big one too. People are trying to clear pain, abuse, things from childhood. Maybe things weren't perfect. I mean, there's a million reasons, right? And we get ourselves stuck in that
Yes,
prison.
yes,
And
Right.
when you said the prison, look, the Eight of Swords, this perfect
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
explanation of that.
Right.
And when you accept yourself, so maybe let's go into accepting ourselves. We all have experienced awful things or uncomfortable things, or we've all been hurt, just like we both just said.
Mhm.
So, how do you get to the point? How do you say, this happened to me when I was a child? Now, how do I let it go so I can forgive it or accept it to heal it so I can just be free in the love that I am. How do you suggest people go through the journey of acceptance, coming into, because we want to blame, and rightfully so. People have done things to us. You want to blame them, or maybe situations, corporations. It could be anything where you've been disempowered.
The only way I see is self love,
Yeah,
practicing self love. That's the only way out. There's no other way. And it's not somebody else going to do for you. You got to do for yourself.
right.
Right.
Uh, and you got to be, when the time comes and you say, I had enough. This is
Mm,
crazy. I had enough suffering. I'm tired of
mm,
suffering. I don't want this stuff anymore.
Right.
Then all of a sudden something changes. And then you find out about how meditations, maybe practicing going out in nature, maybe taking a walk, something to do with self love. Okay. Then you start doing that, all of a sudden,
mm.
gee, you get lighter and lighter, and then you're releasing and releasing, and all of a sudden, you're doing stuff you couldn't believe you can do, like forgive somebody that hurt you in the
Yeah,
past,
yeah,
or, but you're not doing it for them, you're doing it for yourself.
right.
Okay. And being grateful every time
Mm,
you're grateful, grateful. And the more you're grateful, the more the universe just gives you a Maya and blows my mind
It
sometimes.
was, no, it really, the
Yeah.
more you're grateful, the more you have to be grateful for. And it sounds like that's counter counterproductive or
That
so.
includes being grateful for who you are.
Yes.
Absolutely. And
Just what I just said there is
That's
very
right.
powerful.
You know, I
yeah,
think what you're trying to explain is that you are you and they are them.
Yeah.
And when you say, "No, I'm had enough with that. I'm not taking on that label. I am
Yeah.
tired of walking around with
Yeah.
this or
Yeah.
whatever that is."
yeah.
And in that awareness, in that pivot that what you're talking about, that
Mm,
pivot where the soul pivots away from the focus on that to the
Hmm.
mm,
focus on this.
Hmm.
mhm.
And that's the pivot that is miracle time. That's
Yeah.
the time where the self-acceptance, the love, the curiosity, the hope, the knowing that there's something better, the knowing that there's more to come and that life is exciting and no longer a burden. When that shift takes place, that's when you can really start to celebrate. And gratitude is the first step in.
Yeah.
Gratitude to joy, to love, all of those pieces are the higher vibration
The best gift I got,
benefit.
the best
Mm,
gift I got in my whole life. I got to say this uh, because my wife gave me the chance. Oh boy, I'm getting emotional.
Uh-oh.
Give me a second.
Sure.
good. Here, I'll put a
Oh, my wife gave me the opportunity to be who I am, express myself freely with others without um, choking me or being possessive. To me, I recognize that, and I just what an amazing person she is.
Yes.
She's an earth angel to me.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She is.
When,
Being with that
you meet
complete
one,
acceptance. Yeah.
yeah,
But I got all teary because I get
that's
emotional about
okay.
that because
I mean, it is. It's that impactful when you meet somebody
yeah,
who is
yeah,
truly in, uh, in their truth and treating you with the love and respect that you always knew that was out there. You know, and it's not you this time; it's another person. It's just absolutely the best feeling ever. But it takes a while to get to that because you still have to. You're the one who has to say, clear all that stuff and get yourself to that point of self love. Then the love comes in from real, authentic love comes in from
Right.
others.
yeah.
Um,
Yep.
and
Yep.
being in
Because they
the moment, this is how I did it. I stayed in the present moment every moment. I would listen to the things I would say to myself, and I would just switch it to something more positive, to something more loving. And it took a little while, but boy, I just worked on it. But
Mhm.
this also got me to stay in the present moment, to
Yes.
always be in this moment, not thinking, oh, this happened to me in the past or this is going to happen in the future. It really takes you out of your life because if you're not in that present moment pretty much every moment you can be, you're not in your life.
Right.
Havana says I as I change inside, I also now attract people that I am more in line with, which is
Yes.
Exactly what it
absolutely
does. That's
yes.
what it does. You become this reflective, receiving and reflective energy that is like the magnet to draw it, bring it to you.
Yes.
So as you're living your life in love with yourself, in love with your life, in love with the people that are around you and that come into your contact with you, it just brings in more and more and more. And I I I can't even express how
I know.
exciting that is
It
It
when,
is. It is
when
exciting.
you suddenly sit back and go, "Oh my gosh, I've healed. I'm okay. I'm better. I'm different. My life is different, and how I react to things is different." One of the most interesting phrases that I heard most recently is that when you're your authentic self, it doesn't mean that the pain isn't there, but the suffering in the pain is
oh,
no longer there. It's no longer there. You know
It
that this
doesn't
is
affect you because it doesn't have any essence. I don't know how to put it
doesn't
that way. It doesn't have
doesn't fit.
nothing to grow on, nothing to hang on to.
right.
It's dead. It's,
Yes. A change in circumstances, an accepting and a trusting that the universe
yeah.
is going to bring the best circumstances at the best time. And then you can relax and let go and just be free with your thoughts, with your heart, with your dreams, with your ideas, your creative side. All of those things start to kick in
Yeah.
and become lit up again. It's like sparks of joy that start to flame. And so suddenly there's not just this little, oh, maybe someday it's, hey, let's do it today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Want to do it today? Let's do it today.
Oh,
Because because the energy is there, your energy shifts. It
mm,
changes into this beautiful thing,
mm.
and it's just the most wonderful experience to
Oh,
know that there are wonderful people coming into your universe, wonderful people being connected to each other, because of this authenticity and this self-love that radiates out
right.
from you, from
And
within.
that brings up the vibration. That brings up your vibration. And the more often you do that, the higher your frequency goes. And then you're sending out this beautiful vibration and all these things just, I mean, the universe is right there answering you in
Yes.
all I
every
know
moment.
right now, I'm here with you. You two right there. And what it does, it raises when we come together. I don't know what it is, but I feel raising the vibration
Lifted.
because we're coming together. Our light. Our light is like a pulsating.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
That's what.
magnifies. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
It expands.
Mm.
yeah. It
It
does.
expands.
I go. Phew, that feels good.
Well, guess what, Ron? We get it from you too.
Absolutely. All together, we're together. So it does that and it radiates out.
Yeah.
And all these beautiful souls in the chat, same thing.
Yeah.
They bring
Yeah.
their energy here. And together we're making this beautiful,
Yeah, we're not playing games
vibration.
against one another or trying to be better than the other. We're just
Yeah.
being who we are and expressing it. And man, that raises the vibration automatically. So
Yeah.
it does. Yeah.
And I
It's
love
pretty
when
magnificent.
Ivana wrote, she wrote, yes, she got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And isn't that really kind of
Yeah.
where it
Yeah,
starts?
that's where I hit bottom. I
Yeah.
hit bottom, and I said it's time for me to change something or
Yeah.
get rid
You
of
do.
something
You do
because
go into yourself.
I was unhappy because of
Yeah.
that, and then I realized these are programs they're repeating in my head, and I'm still believing in that crap. I gotta do something. But
Yes.
I didn't know there were programs. They were invisible to me before
Sure.
Yeah.
because I was living my story. I was like, what the
Right.
hell with my story? I'm gonna make a new one.
That's right.
That's
Oh my
exactly,
gosh.
and that's
That
the
is-
truth. That's exactly what happens to us. We just
Yeah,
get to know I'm not living like this anymore. What's the
yeah,
point?
Yeah.
And you do give your power away. She wrote here that drew me into myself, asking what is my purpose.
yeah.
And that's your next question. Then you always go, try not to give your power away to feel into other people. It seemed like, well, there's a lot of that narcissist activity out there. You got to be careful of who you entangle your energy with.
I'll tell you something else. I got. I'm vibrating like crazy. When other people don't accept you, they actually don't accept themselves. That's why
Right.
they don't
Oh,
accept you.
beautifully said, Ron.
Yes.
Beautifully said. Yes.
Yeah, and you can't really point it out to people.
No,
It-
you can't.
No, it's just best to move along, go your way. But how many times does this happen before you actually connect with your heart and love yourself? You take what other people say to you about you personally, and that's
Yeah.
where we get stuck. We get stuck
Yeah.
in that, oh, I'm not good enough, and it could be your mom or your dad or someone close to you, and takes a little while to peel that stickiness off, right? Get down into, despite anything, I love me, and that's the most important thing in my life.
Right. Right.
That scares a lot of people though,
Yeah, it does.
because
It can. Yeah. It
stuff out
can.
there,
Yeah.
they don't know how to do it. They're scared of that. They get stuck in that thing. Well, Jesus, that looks bad. No, it doesn't. Not if you do it with good intentions. You don't do it to
Mhm.
uh, step on somebody. Somebody
No.
else.
Yeah.
Always you. That's not really self love. That's something else.
Right.
Yeah, so that comes down to like being honest with yourself.
Yeah.
We have to be honest with ourselves. We have to, if when I was waking up, I needed to clear a lot of things. I needed to
Yeah.
get honest about those things. I had to get honest with my role, right? Because maybe I certainly wasn't perfect every moment I was here. So you got to go in and forgive, go in, take that time, connect with yourself, forgive yourself, because we only acted or reacted or responded in those moments at the level we were capable of responding.
Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah. So it just seems like to know that we have a group like we have here and we could come and speak to each other and we hang out with each other. I would.
That's amazing. I find that.
I know.
I know it's you know what amazes me is knowing the backstory from both of you
Mm.
and how difficult and how hard and heartbreaking and the number of tears and the number of confusion moments of what is this in my life, and knowing that you both rose up and said, you know what, this isn't what I want in my life. I
Yeah.
want something better. I
Mhm.
want something more true. I want something sustaining, that is
Mhm.
sustaining of love.
Yeah.
And the power that you guys went through, the muck you went through to get to that place. And a lot of us have that backstory that we don't often share because it's just so
Yeah.
incredibly hard to
Yeah.
know that that could happen to a human being. Okay.
But
So,
it's like a gift.
yes, it is. It is.
Going through the muck is a gift.
Yes, it
Okay.
Yeah.
is.
You don't think that way because it hurts like hell.
It
But
does.
it gives you such discernment after an
Yeah.
experience that
It,
now you can share with other people and it's helping others.
Yeah.
That's
right.
that's the gift you're sharing with others.
That you can get through, that
Yeah.
they can get through as well.
Yeah, they
Because,
identify themselves and
yeah,
you're not bullshitting them. You're not
right,
pulling their leg. You're
right.
real. Like you, I've been there. I understand. And
That's
Yeah.
they
right.
know it. They can feel it. They
That's
don't
right.
have to just listen to the words.
Right.
Words, anybody can say.
Yeah.
But when you feel it from heart to heart, to soul, spirit to spirit, it's another ball game.
Yeah.
Whole nother
It
ballgame.
really, I mean,
It is. Absolutely. I am just so grateful for you both because you're just these, you're just the example of it going through an experience and coming across to the other side
Yeah.
in this magnificent outcome. Look at the outcome. The
Yeah.
outcome is like tremendous. It's wonderful. It's light. It's loving. It's beautiful. It's hopeful. It's all of those gifts of love, the gifts of the spirit. And so you just shine. Just the radiance just comes out because it's a natural thing to give it away, to just share it.
yeah.
It's
It's
a
meant to be
mount
shared.
it's a
It's meant
mountain
to be
of
shared.
love.
It's meant to be shared. It's
Yes,
not.
it
You
is.
can't.
Yeah.
You don't possess it and just go grab onto it.
No,
Nobody's
and this
looking
is
at
only for me.
it. You have to share it, and that's the way we grow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
absolutely. It's
And
so
we,
good.
and we meet each other and we hear our stories, and it's just, I don't even, but the weird thing is, I don't even go back into the story. I mean, it's there, but like Ron said, it doesn't stick to you anymore. It's just,
Right.
yeah, I went through that. So I don't know if it was Matt Kahn, but Kate and I watched his video earlier with Braca, but I watched him for years. And
Mhm.
the thing is that when you look at all the experience of life, and I think it comes from him, we're here to experience experiences. And that's how we do grow. And that's we wouldn't we wouldn't evolve if we didn't experience experiences. And not all of them are going to be good or joyful or the best. So how would you not ha- you got to know what feels good to you truly in your heart to know
Mhm.
what you're not going to accept,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And that to me just part of the whole divine plan.
Right. I know that sometimes when I have a difficult conversation, and I'm trying to stay in a place of neutrality or trying to stay in a place of compassion where I want to understand, and I want to understand if I played a role in something that maybe I didn't know I was that was happening, and to just try and keep sending that love out. And if
Mm,
and if it falls on deaf ears, or if the communication just comes back like we're speaking two different languages,
yeah.
at that point, I have to just stop, protect my energy,
Mhm.
send out the love, and send out the hope that maybe someday that whatever that friendship was can continue. But for that moment, for whatever reason, it's not hitting on any of the communication levels where I can accept it anymore,
Right.
where it's not peaceful, or it's not kind, or it
Mm,
doesn't come from a place of goodness, where you feel like, well, wait a minute now. I'm not a dartboard that you could just start throwing things at. You
yeah.
have to have that sense of, okay, we need to just put some energy here to safeguard each other, so that everybody's going to be okay at the end of the conversation. And we're not perfect, like what you were talking about, Val, earlier. We're not perfect. We're not trying to say that we are.
Mm-mm.
We're just sharing our own experience of how wonderful life can be, even when it's hard, even when we don't know what tomorrow is bringing, or the hospital calls and says, sorry, your heart surgery has been postponed. You have to,
Trust.
there's at a certain point, knowing that these relationships that we have with each other can provide a strength and a safety net that says, I know it's going to be okay. I know that whatever the outcome is, that I have this support and this network of wonderful people and communicators that can help me see it in a way maybe differently, so that I can keep my level up rather than, wallowing in what could have been, a should have been, a, might have been.
And that's hard because it takes it takes a lot of love and understanding and speaking to spirit and your guides and your guardians and your angels to trust in divine timing.
Absolutely.
Not an easy thing, because that's one of those things that can throw you off. Surgery is postponed till who knows when. That's not a good feeling. But to me, what I feel from it is that it is for a reason, and Ron said the same thing. But that before, when you were talking about maybe some relationship or something wasn't working out, well, this is why now, once you get connected to your heart and you love yourself and you accept yourself, you have boundaries naturally, and you see and feel who's authentic and who isn't. You really can.
Well, I'm the type of guy that wants to be friends with everybody.
I know.
That's how I am. I really like that. I'm really opened up and I want to be friends. But the
I
reality
do
is
too.
that I cannot be friends with everybody, because there's some people who don't want to be friends with me because
Yeah.
they scared the crap out of them. That's why.
Yeah.
It's not because no, I really do. Yes.
I bet, I totally understand.
My energy scares them. My
Yeah.
energy scares them because I think it brings stuff up on them. They see
Yeah.
it highlights, or it brings a light to something they want to keep hidden.
Yeah,
Something
but
they
I'm
wanna
the
hide
guy
behind.
that lights up like I'm in the closet, and the
Yeah.
closet is dark, and when I'm in there, everything boom lights up. You can see everything. That's what I
That's
do.
right.
I know I
That's
do
right.
that, but I don't try to do it on purpose. It's just that I cannot
Yes.
be more than I am.
Yes.
I'm unique like that. So
Well, and it is a you use your discernment. You have to. You have to. And it's not. I want everybody to get along,
Yeah.
love each other, help each other in every moment. But there are a lot of people who aren't there yet, and
Right.
and
No.
we've all encountered them. I used to work in restaurants as a bartender, so I can't tell you how many times I was taken off my center. This is before I really was connected, though, to myself. And it's just one, like a drama after another drama after another drama. And I couldn't stand it. Until you want something different, or even had an idea that there could be life without drama, I had no idea. I was just
Right.
there playing along.
Yeah.
And that just, you're not in charge of your energy field. So when I say be in charge of your energy field, connect down into Mother Earth, up to your higher self, keep that energy flowing, especially since this spring equinox is coming. This
That's
is
right.
a big one. This is big, and it's going to be all of that Aries energy, and we're feeling like we want to go, or but these are the energies to go. And the thing is, all the planets are going to stay in direct motion until the end of April. So this is really a good time to live your biggest dream, your biggest wish. Go for the big things. Go for the things that we've all been stuck for the last 30 plus years thinking, oh, I wish I could do this or do that. Well, now's the time. We can do it.
Really years you say? I say more than that. I say there's energies out there that still exist today that come from the Roman time,
Oh, yes.
Egypt time,
Yeah.
all
Absolutely.
this dictatorships,
Mhm.
making people slaves or creating all this. This exists still today, and
Yeah.
I see it. It appears to
Well,
me over here and there, And I said, "Geez, it's time to let."
it is time to get rid of all that. It's
Yeah,
been thousands of years that that kind of energy's been in control of humanity.
yeah.
But okay, so think about this. Pluto is going into Aquarius on the 23rd. The last time Pluto was in Aquarius for the United States of America is when the United States of America was born.
Yeah.
The French Revolution. People were not taking any more abuse anymore. The
Mhm.
collective. I'm not saying we're going to have those types of energies, but people can see. People are not stupid. They want a world where everyone has the chance to be
Yeah,
free,
yeah.
Yeah.
not just fake free.
They want freedom. They want peace. They want stable to be stable. They want people. They're ready to just pour their hearts out to each other
Yeah,
and try to help
And
uh,
make it work.
find solutions. Not that this freaking government. What they're doing
yeah.
is just
Pointing
kicking each
fingers.
other off and trying to get ahead of the other one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm tired of seeing that stuff in
yeah,
myself. So
Right.
I think there's a lot of people think like me, and they know what I'm talking about. We're
Right.
mhm,
tired of seeing this stuff. We want people to work together, find solutions.
Right.
Not, well, I
absolutely.
can do a better job than you because you're blah 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 blah. This is
Yes, exactly.
yeah,
Hand in hand,
yeah,
side to side.
It's like
Instead
it's
of
like
top down, it's going to be side to side.
yes,
yeah,
it's going to
So
be
that everyone has a voice.
equal
yeah,
equanimity.
yeah.
Because that's what's missing here. Equanimity, fair, being charged fair prices to live, to have a roof over your head, to have
Yeah.
water and sewage and air, electricity. I mean, it, they've
Well,
just gone.
I told you once before, everybody should have a certain amount of money,
Yeah,
base
Yeah.
necessity.
Universal
Either
income.
2,000, 2,500, the government should be able to implant that, and they would have
yeah,
less
Yeah.
deficits.
Yeah. They used to
Well,
say
they
that
would,
when the
because
bank,
these people will contribute to living, sharing, paying taxes, and everything. But that's not the way they think. No, they
right.
think about
no,
putting a
They
they
lot.
used
don't
to
want.
when they did the bank bailout, there was a lot of discussion of what would have happened if they'd given that money to every citizen.
Yeah,
Right. They
that's what
don't
I'm
think
talking
Whole
about.
like
different
that.
outcome. Whole
They
different
don't.
outcome.
No,
It's
but they
like
don't think like that at
right.
all.
Well, they may start. They may
Yeah,
start.
because I
They
think
will.
it's the right. I think everybody has the right to live their life, no matter what level, but have the
Right.
right to be able to support all
The
he needs.
dignity.
He
Yeah.
needs, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Basically,
To
that's
give
what
back
I'm
dignity.
talking about. 2,000 or more a month.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
they would get by, but
They
that's
would
not
they
what
would
they're
do yeah,
doing.
they would do better, and
Yeah,
one of the things that was announced, just before we came on, here in California, there's a very large homeless population,
yeah,
and they just made an announcement that they are, coming together across the state and have formed $15 billion to create housing, yeah, permanent or temporary,
yeah.
and that
Now,
they expect to have the majority of the houses built and ready to rock and roll by fall.
now, see, this
Mm,
is solutions.
That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
solution.
wonderful.
But
That's
that's
Yeah,
exactly what these energies, these
are doing.
astrologically are bringing in because
Yeah,
this is the norm. This should be the norm. 800
yeah.
billion Gypsy JJ
That
for
was
the
when they bailed out the banks. When they
yeah
bailed out all the banks.
again. And
Yeah,
see, the last time they built them out in 2008, this
yeah,
was Pluto in Capricorn, and this was so they didn't learn anything. Obviously, we're at the end of Pluto in Capricorn. They're still trying to well, they're stealing. They're still living off of
yeah,
taxpayer money that they don't want to give you any kind of freedoms. In fact, they've taken freedoms away from especially the females, in this country.
Yeah,
And
that's
and you're like, we're bailing them out. We have schools shootings, we have things like that, but we're bailing out the bankers. When are you going to get really serious here?
Yeah.
Instead of pointing fingers at each other, and what they do is they have us, they divide us. So we fight amongst each other, but we don't
right.
even see what they're doing. And that's all we all know it. We all can see it, but it's going to be
That is created to create divisions, not unity.
exactly.
That's why they're doing
And
it.
but see,
And
that's
that
something
has
you
been
can
going
express.
on for ages and ages and ages and
Right.
ages.
Right.
Ages ago, yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That these energies are coming in and are going to change that, because now people are going to express it. They're going to express, we want these solutions. We want housing for the homeless. We want this. We want that. And people are going to stand in their power. It
Mhm.
doesn't. It's rocky right now. We're kind of not stable there. But I'd say by the end of this Pluto run in Aquarius, which will be 2044, we will see huge differences. In the next 2 years, I see huge differences. But that's with a combination of other things coming through. We'll see. I'm praying for humanity, because I want what you all want. I want everyone to love and accept themselves, to have their basic needs met. So then you can go and you can pursue your actual passions. You can
Right.
pursue the dreams and the abilities that you have, instead of saying, oh no, I got to go to work over here to bring home money. Not saying that money's not going to be important, but
Yeah.
the people need a break. I mean,
Yeah.
who
I'm
profits?
laughing. I'm laughing at Cat Mama Meow because every time I see her, I go meow, and she's doing a joke in the chat. Meow, laughing out
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah. So
But
if the you know how we were talking about earlier, when you realize that you don't want that anymore and you pivot, how your spirit pivots.
yeah,
So when we pivot the earth to be change circumstances so that the spirit can thrive,
yes,
so that the spirit can thrive, that could be the next mantra. Pivot the earth so the spirit can thrive,
yeah.
so that we all can shine, and
But
we can all, yeah,
spirit's bringing that in. Spirit's
yeah.
helping us, because without spirit, we'd still be stuck in these lower vibrational abusive dictators. And I mean, we've changed since the 40s, but
Yeah. Well, you
you know,
remember, did you
But
guys ever see that thing where they were talking about how if every sentient being has a soul, then perhaps the dinosaur energy is still here, and maybe that's the energy we're seeing in some of these dictators is, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I mean, that is a funny thought, right? It was a funny concept to think, well, maybe, maybe that's what's happening, and that's why it's so hard.
I
yeah,
But
think there's this lower vibrational souls. I don't know if they're fully souls or not, but they come in and they really don't care about
yeah,
anybody. If
yeah.
you can let children go to bed starving every day, I mean, you shouldn't have any place in any government,
Well,
anywhere.
that shouldn't exist. Children
Mm-mm.
without food.
there's a lot that we can
There's-
improve. There's a lot
Yes,
that we can dream and make better, and there's
yeah,
a lot that we can send that energy of our open heart to.
And that
So
was
the more that we radiate it out, the more that we have empowering the energy of the planet and for our brothers and sisters, so that it is a better dream. It's a better life. It's a better planet. And there's so much to be hopeful for, because I think that there are things that are right on the bridge of coming out and being
right
announced.
there. Yeah.
well, I feel something that the more we're raising our vibration, the
Yes.
more we're getting up there.
Yes.
I think there's something coming up, and I think it's something to do with ET energy also.
Yeah.
The, that the communication with ET energy, new development, new stuff that they are willing to share with us.
Right.
But to share with us, we have to be, you
Up
know,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
not down here because they won't show up unless you're
That's such a good point, Ron, because we were talking about discerning whether or not you were having a conversation with someone that was vibrating at the same resonance.
yeah,
And I honestly believe that if that becomes a reality where we are, having communication with other life
yeah.
beings, that we are going to be able to discern, yes, this is a safe energy that I can communicate with. And that's where that becomes really
It's
powerful.
also necessary. I
Mhm.
think it's in the cards. I don't put it that way. It's in our life contract right now. It's
Yeah.
coming. That's
Yeah.
part of the new energy also.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, something big is going to change things,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and lift up humanity in some. That's why I keep seeing 2 years. Yeah, see, Gypsy JJ says the galactics, but it could be it could be anything. And look, how come so many people that have seen ETs, the ETs knew that they had the vibration to be able to, like the higher vibrational ETs, that they
Right.
could speak to that person because their vibration was higher. And that's why this is so important. Raise your vibration, raise your frequency, keep it
What
high.
what we're doing right now, we are learning about energy,
Yeah,
how it works,
Right.
how we receive it, how this, how that. That's what we're doing actually.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we are like scientists ourselves.
yeah, we are.
Yeah. So
And it's so important. That's why we have
yeah.
channels and we bring in the messages that we discuss and we come together. It is
Mhm.
everything is unconditional love. There is only love. That's the highest energy there is. And the more that we can emit that out of our being and it goes out here into the ethers and it helps change all that energy it touches, you know?
Yes.
And everybody doing that is just a matter of time before it's raises up.
Yeah.
um those whatever they are that are holding down humanity, who want to keep that slave mentality going, that has got to that's being that's
Yes.
being changed, and the spirit's here to help with that too.
Yeah.
All the dictators are leaving the planet. Put it that way. That I know for sure. Yeah, I guarantee it.
And see, look what Mary Thornberry wrote. She's
Yeah.
right, though. Capitalists do not care and are
No.
willing to do anything, including war and deaths of thousands, to keep their power.
Yeah.
I do agree with Valerie that things are going to change and we will see. Yeah, I mean, something. They keep putting the pressure on people, and there's going to be a point where it snaps and people are, that's it, no more. It
Yeah.
How it hasn't happened yet really is amazing to me, but it's this all these bailouts and things like that. It's welfare for the rich. But if a single mom with a couple kids is trying to get welfare, they gotta put her through the ringer. Like you got to prove you only make this kind of income and this and that. It's a mom with kids, really. It's not like they're giving thousands of dollars to these people. I don't know. Anyway,
Lots to send love to.
Yeah.
yes.
Lots. Lots. And it's an exciting time to be on the planet. A lot of
Yeah.
people are very nervous to be on the planet. But I truly believe from my heart of hearts that there are enough of us giving out light, enough of us giving out love, that
Mm-hmm.
some of these major things can can make a change and
Mm-hmm.
become something so much better for everyone.
There's
It's
more light now than there was before, and
Yes.
we
I
surpassed the darkness.
I think so too, Ron.
That
I do too.
light
I do
is
too.
winning over, whether you know it or not. But I can feel it every freaking day.
Yeah, it does feel
Every day.
different. Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? There are some times where I feel like, oh, I'm not feeling so good, or I'm feeling kind of wobbly or whatever. And
Mm.
I have a connection, or I talk to Valerie, or I talk to you, Ron, and suddenly all that wobbly stuff tends to just go away. It
Yeah.
just kind of just dissipates. It's like,
Wobbly like
Yeah.
this.
yeah, you're wobbly. Wibbly wobbly. So I'm just incredibly grateful that whatever the future has for us, that you guys are in my life to go through it with me,
Yeah.
as
I
well as
I'm
mean,
everyone in
grateful
the chat.
I'm so grateful.
everyone here.
I'm so grateful to meet like-minded people on
Yes.
chat and you guys. I mean, geez, I couldn't dream better than that before. I didn't have that in my life
It's so
before.
amazing.
I was,
It's so good.
isolated. I was, well, some people, I had friends for long, long periods of time, 40, 45 years, things like
Right.
that. Those are special. But I mean, right now, I mean, I'm finding like-minded people all over the place in these chats.
Right.
And I'm just overwhelmed by that. So,
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
so good.
it
It's
is.
so
It
good.
is so beautiful, and I don't know. I don't know how long
Amanda
ago.
says we might be wobbly, but we won't fall down.
No.
We're not going back. That's right.
It's
Yeah.
No.
okay. I gotcha.
And look, light workers, love workers, energy workers. We're
Yeah.
all from all different parts of society. We're all, we come from extremely different backgrounds, but yet
Right.
there's that one common denominator is being unconditional love and sending it out there and just keep on doing it. And I remember when I first started waking up, maybe I don't know, 15 or so years ago, I would say, if only everyone could love everyone and there'd be peace and harmony and we can be content, and people would just look at me like I was, what? Nobody's ever going to love each other like that. And I'm just so glad to be here at this point in time to see it,
Yeah.
because there is a huge community of us. I,
There is.
I am
And
so,
all over the world. Doesn't matter what race you
yeah,
are or what kind of uniqueness you are, or it doesn't matter. It's
Right.
just boom. I'm amazed at that.
and it's
I
so
really am.
beautiful.
All over, even people I don't understand their language.
It
That's
is.
right.
It
Yeah.
is so beautiful. It's so beautiful to see. It's so beautiful to be a witness to and
Yeah.
to feel it, to feel this.
Mhm.
Um, well, there's so much this show was about how to be connected to your heart through loving yourself and accepting yourself. And I, I hope we got I think we got some good information out. I mean, that's all there is. There's all that. Ron's right. This is all there is love.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the answer. Do you
Love is
guys want
all.
to pull a card for the collective before we
Sure.
go? So we
Sure.
can see what our focus of love is. Bye,
Oh,
Vanya. I loved you being in a conversation. Thank you for being here.
Yes.
and I just enjoy people that come to these chats. I
Yeah,
was in these chats before I started my channel,
yeah,
and I just find them amazing. Ever since that, I've been in chats, and I started. I don't know why I started watching these. I wasn't watching before, and all of a sudden I was isolated. All of a sudden I
mhm,
opened up and I said, "Oh." Then I learned about lineage, and I learned about other people. All of a sudden I was
mhm.
in the chat sharing with other people. That's where I met them,
Yeah.
and I was, oh my God, there's people like like me, or like-minded people. That's
Oh, I
what I.
know. It's the most exciting thing when I saw that there was others like me, like-minded, and they were in the chats and we were talking and I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh my God, I'm so excited."
I know. They speak my language.
Yeah.
speak my language. They
Yeah.
support me. They accept me for
Yeah.
who I am,
Yeah.
without you know
Yeah.
criticizing or putting me down, whatever. No, whatever. I don't know.
I mean, it's just uh, I
Well,
couldn't have
I
made
am
it.
I am what I am up here, and I am what I am in the chat. Even if you
Yeah,
don't see me on screen,
that's
I'm
right.
the same guy. So
Me
there's
too. Yeah. And anyone who wants to go first, go ahead.
Well,
Okay.
guess what I got?
What do you got?
The Ace of Wands.
New
Nice.
beginning.
Yeah, there you
Nice.
go. So it's what we're talking tonight about. So
So I got
Beautiful, Ron.
make a mission statement for your soul,
Oh, I like that.
right? This is a new deck for me. So I'm just going to read the essential meaning, which is the soul journey, finding meaning in life and work, guaranteed success and happiness. So, but it goes on to talk about don't be trapped by things of the world.
Right.
Always follow your heart. So
Yeah,
write your mission statement for your soul and what your heart's saying.
that's beautiful. I got a couple. Okay. So we're gonna go with light codes. All beings come into each lifetime with light codes that they carry and transmit over the course of their lives. These multidimensional pieces of information and wisdom are shared without conscious communication. You are activating new light codes of healing right now, and you can use them to help yourself and others as you feel called. To understand more about these light codes, go into meditation, consult your guides, ask for clear signs and symbols and guidance. But isn't that the truth? Like we're going into a whole new way of being human.
yeah,
We really are. Look at
Yeah.
all the energy healers, look at all the readers, look at all of the psychics, look at all the mediums. I mean, we all have these abilities. It's just a matter of getting them, connecting yourself to them
yeah.
and trusting the universe and yourself.
We're getting more and more and more developing telepathically
Mhm.
speaking communication.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's what I call it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Communication is becoming easier.
Yeah,
and I got the unconditional love card.
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
there
That's
you go.
wonderful, Val.
I mean, this is what we are, and
Yeah,
we're here to help usher in these changes,
yeah.
to lift humanity with all the love and acceptance. And I mean, I'm just so excited to see it. This new moon, this spring equinox and the new moon, please do your intentions. Take care of you first, and then how did you put it earlier, Kate? Put your did you no, you didn't say put your oxygen mask on first. You said something else. So
It's an inside job.
it's an inside job.
Inside job. Yeah,
It's an inside job.
yeah.
And we
Um,
love that you're approaching the inside job. We all want to see that sparkle. We all want to see that radiance and that shine. And you know what? If it feels uncomfortable, feels wobbly or whatever, reach out to someone that can help you understand and heal it and love it. So thank you for doing this, Valerie. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for you too, Ron. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Thank you for being here.
thank you both for coming in and having this massive talk. This really needs to be spread as far and wide as we can for our love workers, light workers, energy workers to know. And I think they all do feel it. We're
Yeah.
going into new territory.
I told you
Yes.
these ladies are awesome. I told you.
You're so sweet. You're so good.
All right. Well, we're gonna go. We're gonna be back soon on one of our channels. We'll come back and we'll do our thing. We love you all very much. Be the light.
Thanks
I
for
have
being here.
something coming
Yeah.
up, Saturday. I don't know. Oh, I'll be with Debbie. Debbie Hink,
Oh,
purple elephants. So.
nice.
Awesome. We love
Purple
Debbie.
elephants. I don't see them often, but sometimes they
And
That'll be awesome.
I forgot. When is your next thing, Kate? Do you have
Well,
any?
until we figure out how to fix John's heart, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. I would love to say, yeah, I'm going to be on, but I don't want to commit to something where
Yeah.
I might have to cancel. That would, not be fair to whoever I was working with.
Mhm.
So
Understand.
we're
And
crossing our fingers for something new, something close, something right around the corner.
yeah, I feel something's
I'm
gonna.
sending a lot of love energy towards you.
Yeah,
And,
definitely.
Thank you.
I
Thank you
feel
so
it's
much.
gonna unfold the way
Mhm.
spirit, the divine wants it to. I really do. I feel it's gonna.
I, there's something is going to show up. I don't know. Like just
And on the spring equinox, I have 2 shows, one with the Crone Zone and then one with Allie, Heart and Soul Connected.
mhm.
So throughout the day. Definitely going to bring in some more astrology information and remind people that this is our time to shine. And we love
Yeah.
you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank
See,
you for being here.
our time
Thank
to
you,
shine.
Val. Thank
Our
you.
time to shine.
I'm gonna have to get one of those, Ron.
Yeah.